Hello, hello. It is time for lesson 4-3, discounts and markups. I love this chapter. It just reminds me all about shopping. I love to shop. I love looking for deals. So what is a discount? A discount is a decrease in the original price of an item. That's what we look for when we are shopping or extreme couponers. A markup is the increase from what the store pays to the selling price. So yeah, what you pay for the item in the store isn't actually what the store pays for it. The store has to mark things up so that it can pay for the building, it can pay for other merchandise, it can pay its employees, it can pay taxes, all that kind of stuff that goes along with having a company. So they do mark things up. So we're going to look at 6 different areas today so that you can be a nice savvy shopper, or if you have a career in marketing someday, or you're a buyer for a company, you'll know what you're doing. It all comes back to 7th grade math. I think I said that before. Yep, such a key important year. Remember your 7th grade math teachers. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, and this is I think the most fun, we are going to learn how to find a sale price. So sometimes you are shopping and clothing is marked down a certain percent and there's a sign above it that says 30% off, but each individual ticket's not marked. This is how you would figure out what the new price is, and I kind of take you step by step here. It says take 100% minus the percent off, divide the result by 100 to get the percent as a decimal. Then you multiply the result by the original price and bam, you have your sale price. So I think the key to this one, the key to these, is being able to recognize what you're looking for when you're solving the problem. So take a look at the example here. It says the original price of a pair of shorts is $35. They're on sale for 25% off. What is the sale price? So right there it says what is the sale price? That's how you know, okay, I'm supposed to refer back to this. So step 1 says take 100 minus the percent off. So if they're on sale for 25% off, I'm going to take 100 minus 25, and I get 75. And then it says divide the result by 100 to get the percent as a decimal. So when you divide that by 100, we get 7,500. It makes sense. So that's your step 1. Then we're going to multiply that result by whatever the original price was. So the original price is $35. I'm going to take $35 and multiply that by the decimal we just got. And when you take 35 times 7,500, we end up getting $26.25. And if you're kind of confused about what are these steps, why am I doing this, think about it. If an item's on sale for 25% off, doesn't that mean you're paying for 75% of the item? And when you hear 75% of something, that word of means multiplication. And that's what you're doing right here. We're taking 75%, but we have to use it as a decimal, of 35. It makes sense, right? I'm sure after we do a few more examples like that in class, it will. All right, so that's finding a sale price. Sometimes we want to find the original price. Now, you might not want to do this one as often, but sometimes things are already marked down and you don't know how much they're marked down. And it's hard to tell, are you getting a good deal or not? I mean, sometimes I walk through Kroger and I see the yellow tag and it says, you know, big deal on here, and it's marked down to $3.99 from $4. So you're saving a penny. So in some cases, we do want to know what was the original price if it's not given, to know, is this really a deal or am I just saving like 20 cents? Should I wait for a better deal? All right, so how do you find the original price of an item? Step 1, take 100% minus the percentage off, just like before. Divide the result by 100 to get the percent as a decimal. So step 1 is the same. But now we're doing the opposite, right? We're finding the original price instead of the sale price. So in the sale price, we had to multiply the result by the original price. In this, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to divide the sale price by the amount that we got in step 1. So an example of this, a pair of shoes is on sale for $33 after a 40% discount. What was the original price of the shoes? Okay, so the key here to know that you're looking at this little box is it says, what is the original price of the shoe? So we know we're looking for that original price. We can follow steps 1 and 2. Step number 1 says, take 100 minus the percent off, which is 40% right here, and take that result and divide it by 100 to get it as a decimal. So 0.6, or if you wanted to write 0.60, you could. It means the same exact thing. Step 2 says we're going to divide the sale price by that amount. It's really important that you do this in the order that's listed. When you divide the sale price by the amount, it means the sale price is first. So the sale price is $33. It's right there. I'm supposed to divide that by 6/10. It can't be the other way around. If you divide backwards, you are not going to get the correct answer. When you take 33 divided by 6/10, you end up getting $55. So the original price of the shoes was $55. You're getting them for $33. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. I would go for it. Okay. Next on our list, we want to be able to find the selling price. Okay, so basically this in a store, the store pays a certain amount for something and they're going to end up marking it up, and we want to know based on their percent markup what they're going to sell it for. So this could apply to you if you were in this field of you purchased a bunch of items and you know that generally you mark things up by a certain percent. You have to know what to put on the tag for the customers to look at when they decide to purchase it. So selling price, that means what is the store going to sell it for? And the key for this is the question's going to ask you what the selling price is. Then you know to refer back to this little selling price box when you're working on these. Because when you're working on these, they're going to be all mixed up. Okay, so when you're asked to find the selling price, step 1, you're supposed to change the percent markup to a decimal by dividing it by 100. So there's no subtraction going on here. Just change the percent markup into a decimal. And when you're done, we're going to add a 1 to that. All right, so looking at this, it says the percent markup is 20%. So I'm going to take that 20% and divide it by 100. And then I need to add a 1 to that. So we end up getting 1.2. And then after that, we're supposed to multiply the result from step 1, what we just got, by the cost to the store. And then we can figure out how much we're going to put on that price tag. So the store pays $70, right? So I need to take 1.2 and multiply that by the $70. And when you take 1.2 times 70, I typed the wrong thing in, you get $84. So that means when the store pays $70 for it, on the price tag for you to pay, they're going to put $84. The reason that we're adding the 1 here, it's kind of saving us a step really. If their percent markup's 20% of the 70, if you only take 20% of the 70, you're going to get $14, right? I want to take that $14 and add it to the original cost, 70. So when you put 1.2, adding the 1 here means I include the original $70. That 2/10 right there gives me the extra 14. So when we're multiplying by 1.2, we're getting the $70 original and the $14 markup put together in one step. And we'll explore more about that in class. If that's not making sense, I promise. Alright, so that's how you figure out what to put on the price tag for your customers. Next, we want to figure out what the cost to the store is. So this again, if you are a person doing the purchasing for a company, we need to know what's the cost to us. So cost to the store, and again, this one says how much did the store pay? That's cost to the store. So you'll know I need to refer to this little box. Alright, so when finding the cost of the store, step 1, change the percent markup to a decimal by dividing it by 100 and add 1 to the result. That's the same as the selling price. So these two kind of go right together hand in hand, just like the sale price and original price did above. Step 2, this time we're going to divide the selling price by your result from step 1. So it's kind of the same type of relationship that's going on between these two. One is multiplication, one is division. We're doing opposites here, but the first steps remain the same. So, scooch this over. There we go. Okay, so A store sells an aquarium for $90. The percent markup's 20%. How much did they pay for the aquarium? Step 1, we want to change the percent markup to a decimal. So the markup is 20%. I'm going to divide that by 100. And then I want to add 1 to the result. That's what it says right here. Add 1 to the result. So we're still dealing with 1.2 in this example. Now step 2 says divide the selling price by your result. So that means 90 is first. There's the selling price. I want to divide that by the result. So that means take 90 divided by 1.2. And when you do that, we get $75. So that means that is originally what the cost to the store was, what they had paid for it. And if you're trying to find the cost of the store, it should always be less than what they're selling it to you for. Otherwise, it would end up being a little problem for the company. They would not make any money to be able to pay people. And people, when they work, they like to get paid. It makes sense, doesn't it? All right, flip the paper over. There's my lovely table in my basement that you get to see. So exciting. All right, now I want to be able to find the percent discount and the percent markup. So what you're really doing here, I don't know if this formula looks familiar, the high minus low divided by original multiplied by 100. When you're finding a percent discount and you're finding a percent markup, these are both the same thing as finding a percent of change. That's all we're doing. So this is kind of the exact same thing as the previous lesson. It's just going to be worded a little bit differently when you're looking at the math stories for it. Who needs story problems? I prefer math stories. So much friendlier sounding. Okay, so when you're finding a percent discount is the same as percent decrease. Discount, decrease. Discount means you're taking money away, so that's why it's a decrease. All you have to do is use the formula. High minus low divided by what you start with. Multiply by 100 because we are making these percents. So try it. A $60 sweater is on sale for $45. What's the percent discount? High minus low means take the higher value minus the lower value. And now we're supposed to divide by original. How much was the sweater to start? It was $60 to start. It's usually the first amount given. And we're supposed to multiply that result by 100. So we need to do 60 minus 45 first. So what we're really doing is taking 15 divided by 60 times 100. When you take 15 divided by 60 and multiply that by 100, we get 25. And we're trying to find a percent discount, right? That means I'm going to write a percent sign after this because this is the percent discount. That means a sweater is 25% off. I'm allowed to put this percent sign here because I multiplied that result by 100. That's how you make things percentages. All right, last one. Trying to figure out what the percent markup is. Same as percent increase. So, same scenario here. A store pays $80 for a Keurig. They sell it for $150. I'd like to know how much they marked that up. So what we're supposed to do is take the higher value minus the lower value. So this time higher is 150, lower is 80. Now I'm supposed to divide that by the starting amount. What did we start with in this case? Do you know? It says a store pays $80. That's the starting amount, the first amount given. So I'm going to divide that by 80 and multiply the result by 100. So 150 minus 80 is 70. 70 divided by 80 times 100 is what's going to give you your answer. So let's do that. And we end up getting 87.5. And it's not dollars. We're trying to find a percent markup, right? 87.5%. So they marked the Keurig up 87.5%. That's how much profit they're going to end up making on that. Lovely. All right, you're done. See you in class.